This is the Clips channel, and we are here. We are here with another one, ladies and gentlemen. Big update. Um, spiritual, and politically linked. Yes. But before we get into that, please remember to hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Do not keep this to yourself. Do not keep this to yourself. All right. Let me go here. Woo! What's up? What's up? What's up, guys? What's up? What's up? What's up? Carry on this. Yeah, me carry on this. All right. So we're live. Put it up. Ready up. Walk on, my people. Walk on. For the people over here, so on both of you and our 2.0, only give me 1 second. Let me just share the live, yeah. Please, don't go anywhere. I'll be back. Share the live up on the WhatsApp channel, them. Yes. My people know some live. I am live. I am live. Join me here. Alright. Yeah. I hope say, how that? What you get? People look on this. Yo, this is bad. Pro box. Yo, this bad. This bad, Andre. This bad. Yo. Rati the diaspora coming to vote. Alright. I want to say give it up to God. That's my father. Tap up the screen, my good people. Tap up the screen. We'll soon get into it. But just do the housekeeping. You guys can tell me where you guys are watching from. Country. Country is fine. If you're watching from Jamaica, that's fine. If you want to tell me the parish, that's fine. If you don't, that's fine. But where are you guys watching from? Where are you guys watching from? That's what I want to know. So we back? Hey, me say the place hot. Yo, me say if the place hot one more time, yes. Yo, John. If the place hot one more time. Alright, see that boop. Boop in them head. Boop, boop, boop. Where's a New York in the building? Who is that? Dior. Bless up the people in Pambola and our clips too. Bless up the people in Pambola and our 2.0. So ladies and gentlemen, the other day I did a video reacting to Pastor Peter Chambers. Pretty much, you know, continuing his warning to Delpha Davis. Now, I understand there's a lot of people that is in that church and they feel some type of way. But I'm saying to people like, thanks. What does the Bible say? Yeah, but what does the Bible say? What does the Bible say? You're telling me that we as a people can recognize when one of the servants of God has, what is baby? We as a people can recognize when one of the servants of God need to repent and then gone off of the rails. Trevor, what's up? Trevor in Ohio. Is that Oak Chick? Where's that? What country is that? OC, how you pronounce that? Ochik? So, Excuse me, guys. So we can recognize when one of our one of the Ryan Campbell, what's up, my brother? We can recognize when one of the men and women of God has fall away on the wayside. And you know that they can, right? You know that nobody is above reproach except God. God is sovereign. God is God. But men, the flesh, we can't fall short. All of us. Oh, watch yours. Okay. All of us can fall short. Right? Yes. So we have Pastor Peter Chambers made 2 videos and we're gonna go over them. This is serious. RT Boss, Delford Davis, Andrew Wallace, Xavier Main name came up. Let's get into it.
Get some rest and sleep. I was awoken.
Past that there, Sean.
I was awoken, no, not 3
Remote.
o'clock, 2 o'clock. I was awoken about some minutes past 2. And I realized I could not go back to sleep. So I started praying from about 2 until 4 o'clock in the morning. But during my prayer, the Lord began to speak to me.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, Peter, when I gave you the word pertaining to the leader of Jamaica,
yes,
Bishop Delford Davis, and the RT Boss, they launched an attack against you in the spirit realm. There was a pastor, I got a vision that a pastor was cursing me. He was literally not with his physical mouth, but he was using
splash, yeah?
demonic powers
splash and some ice
and demonic delegation to pronounce a curse on me, to curse my throat, my speech.
What?
He was so upset. But in the vision, when he cursed, when he pronounced the curse came upon him. And the Lord told me that you cannot curse someone that God has already blessed. And we're going to show you in scriptures.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't hear that very well, Pastor is saying the latest video that he put out about Delford Davis. When we done, we cut this. Who this? Julia. What's up, Julia? Julia, my baby, what's going on, boo? Julia Yams Graham in the building. What's up, baby? So, the video that he put out about Delford Davis, RT Boss, and the Prime Minister, well, the outgoing Prime Minister, Andrew Wallace. Well, I guess they heard it, and apparently they sent a spiritual attack. Oh, I miss you too, babes. It's good to see you. Good to see you in the building. You don't like it? So they sent a spiritual attack after the apostle, as God reveals to him, thus saith the Lord, and they were attacking his throat because his speech, his voice is what he uses. So they attacked his voice spiritually. And this is why you see what I said on the thumbnail. It says, back to the sender, reverse the curse, back to the sender, send it back from whence it came. So this is what we're seeing here, ladies and gentlemen. But trust me, he's gonna go in even further. I just wanted to explain that because it's a little low, so I wanted to explain that. Let's continue.
It is Numbers chapter, Numbers 22, chapter 10. And Balaam said unto God, Balak the son of Zippor, king of Moab, had sent unto me, saying, behold, there is a people come out of Egypt, which covered the face of the earth. Now,
guys, tap up the screen for me, please.
Curse me them. peradventure I shall be able to overcome them and drive them out.
Mm.
And God said unto Balaam, thou shalt not go with them, thou shalt not curse the people, for they are blessed.
Mm.
And that's what I want to tell Bishop Delford Davis, Andrew Wilness, RT Boss, all of you that are teaming up. I saw Xavier Main on Saturday in Brownstown. Pastor, are you okay? But I said, I'm blessed and highly favored, healthy, hearty, and strong. And it's ironic the way he said what he said. And the Lord is keep saying to me, they want to take you down. They're doing everything.
So you heard what the pastor said. I have to highlight this. Man, shout out to Julia. You tell her, oh, Lord of mercy. Oh, that's a mistake. Sorry, baby. Oh, my God. My damn big-ass fingers. Sorry about that, Julia. I'm trying to add you as a moderator. Then the damn thing hid you from the channel. You should be back as a moderator. Sorry about that. But he said he saw Xavier Main. That is the one that's going up against what's her name again? I'm sorry, yo. It's been a long day for me. Brain drain, brain fart, yeah. Gabriella Morris in Brownstown, the Brownstown area, you know. I think it's Northwest Senton. Yeah, Northwest Senton, I believe. Northwest Senton, right? Yeah. So I believe that's the constituency, but they're going against. She's going against Xavier. No, Xavier Main. Hold up. I don't think so. Wait a minute. Xavier Main. What constituency? No, she not go against him. I'm messing up, y'all. I gotta get my facts right. Wait a minute. But what he's saying is he saw Xavier Main, and he's like, Pastor, are you okay? So he's saying the way he
bad because I'm favored by God. Like when I see people's wives and stuff, I don't even look at them. You know what I mean? Like,
to the channel.
I don't want to look at nothing I don't want to have.
Shout out to all the new subs. I appreciate y'all. Y'all been going crazy with the subscriptions, I have to say. I wish that I had memberships. Because if y'all was going that crazy with memberships, boy, if it was $1 a month, Lord have mercy. Anyway, I'm trying to figure out which area. Southwest Senton. So he's going up against Danishka Williams. Xavier Main. Oh, he's the one that they said that he's been MIA. He hasn't really been doing anything. That's what the people are saying in Southwest Senton. Oh, I've never heard him speak in Parliament. The little time that I did watch it, to be honest, I've never heard him speak. Well, anyway, Pastor is saying that the way how he asked the question, it was a bit suspicious. It was a bit suspicious. But let's continue. All right.
Thing in their power to take you down. For they are blessed. All this keeps saying to me, they want to take you down. They're doing everything in their power to take you down. For they are blessed. If God be for you, who can be against you? And Balaam rose up in the morning and said unto the princes of Balak, get you into your land, for the Lord refused to give me leave to go with you. And the princes
hope
of
you guys
Moab
are hearing
rose
clearly,
up,
you know.
And they went unto Balak and said, Balaam refused to come with us. And Balak sent yet again princes more and more honorable than they. And they came to Balaam and said to him, thus said
the Lord,
Balak, the son of Zippor, let nothing, I pray thee, hinder thee from coming unto me. For I will promote thee unto very great honor, and I will do whatsoever thou sayest unto me. Come therefore, I pray thee, curse me this people. So Balak went to the point of getting people in high places to curse. to encourage Balaam to curse God's people who were already blessed.
Wow.
And every one of you who are talking about false, and you're finding videos and you're doing everything, you're showing my pictures to declare that I'm false. Listen, it doesn't matter what you do. You cannot take down a man of God or a woman of God whose God's hand is upon. And it's for 9 years you all have been throwing your curse words, throwing your demonic words.
Share up the live for me, guys. Share up the live. Like up the live and share up the live.
Angeles is gonna die.
Double tap up the screen, please.
Elijah gave Jezebel and Ahab a prophetic word that they're gonna die. Elijah died before that prophecy. Mark that. Immediately after Elijah.
No, that's an important point, because a lot of people come and talk about false prophet this, false prophet that. But a lot of the prophets, the most hard prophets that you have, they have died thousands of years ago and none of their prophecies has come true yet. So what are you saying? You just don't believe in the Bible. You don't believe in God. You don't know God. Just say that. It's okay. You have your right to, you know, just like you have the right to vote for anybody that you want to vote for. But yeah, a lot of prophecies, it's about God's timing, and it's about God's timing when God wants to warn you. So because God warns you 1,000 years in advance, you think that it's not going to happen, but that's just God's love. God loves you so much that he's giving you a warning 1,000 years in advance, 2,000 years in advance. Sassy, how you doing? You get me? You should be happy, like, damn, God, thank you. You know? For warning me so early, so I could warn my entire generation, so they can be saved from whatever disaster is coming. Right? Come on, man.
Death, the prophecy came to pass. There are many prophecies that were given by the old prophets. Most of them haven't come to pass as yet, because God's timing has not unfolded. What are you saying? That they are false? That they are false prophet? You said that God is gonna, Andrew is
somebody
gonna die,
said,
and his son and his wife and etc. and your mom.
Somebody say I was freezing up on Bowl of VNR 2.0. Am I still freezing up? Am I good? Dior, am I good, Dior? Talk to me. Somebody talk to me. Am I still freezing up?
Kina, you're laughing. Listen, God is not mocked. You can continue to mock the servants of God, but God is going to make you
amazing. Thank you.
And Balak sent unto them princes more and more honorable than they. And they came to Balaam and said unto him, Thus said the Lord, Balak the son of Zippor, let nothing, I pray thee, hinder thee from coming unto me. For I will promote thee unto a very great honor, and I will do whatsoever thou sayest unto me. Come therefore, I pray thee, curse me this people. And Balaam answered and said unto the servants of Balak, if Balak would give me his house full of silver and gold. Many of you pastors are sold out. Many of you prophetesses are sold out. Go back to many of their videos. Remember, many of them, they were talking against the evil of this present leader of Jamaica.
Yes.
But now, since their belly are being filled, they're getting more silver, like Balaam. They're getting more gold. They're getting more money. So, in other words, Balaam sold Jesus for 30. Because many of them, and it is proven from 2020, that many of us as ministers, pastors, prophetesses, apostles, many of us are sold out for our belly. It is all about money. Some of us, from we're traveling, we shift. From we start touch money, people start put millions of dollars, US dollars into our pockets. We no more want to preach about righteousness.
You hear that?
And we must understand the call of an apostle. Many of you question, call as no apostle. You're a liar, you're a thief, you're an imposter. Listen, remember, all the 12 apostles were called by God, not by men. They were not ordained by men. So many of you who are ordained by men, you are not called by God. So there's a distinction between those that are called by God, ordained, placed in the office of an apostle by God. The distinction is different from those that are anointed and appointed by men. The Bible says that in the book of Corinthians that he created a fivefold ministry. And he said first, he ordained the apostle. Then, secondarily, the prophet. First is significant. And the call of an apostle, it is one of the highest calling. And that is why a lot of people run for this calling and broke them neck. Because you know what? They want the calling. They want the name. But they are not ready to experience what the office has to offer. Did you know that an apostle is marked for death? All the 12 apostles were marked for death. Peter was crucified upside down. Paul was thrown into hot oil, burning hot oil. They slaughtered them. Stephen was stoned unto death.
Wow.
These were apostles. And all of you who say that you're apostle, but at the same time you're afraid to speak. A true apostle is not afraid to speak to the leaders. And then some of you twist the scriptures and say the Bible said that you must pray for the leaders. That's not what the scripture says. That's not what the scripture said. The Bible said that the prophets gave the word, just said the Lord, because you have messed up my kingdom. You have messed up the people of God. Set your house in order. You will die.
Wow.
It was Hezekiah, a great king, a great servant of God, who the Lord spoke to him that you shall die. Set your house in order. So why can't a prophet tell you, say you go dead? It is appointed unto man once to die, then judgment. And Balaam answered and said unto the servant of Balak, if Balak would give me...
No, this is some deep stuff. I never knew that about the apostles. An apostle is marked for death. An apostle cannot have any fear. He already knows you are giving up your entire life for God. Like, you cannot have any fear. Damn. That's powerful. Because when you look at the word, if God is for you, who can be against you? If you really believe that, you cannot operate in a way of fear, in a spirit of fear. Whether it be Andrew, whether it be Bill Gates, it doesn't matter who. Anybody have authority, you cannot be operating now a spirit of fear. Hey, Pastor is teaching today, bro. I did not listen to the entire portion of this video, just the first part. He's preaching today. Facts.
So why can't a prophet tell you, say you go dead? It is appointed unto man once to die, then judgment. And
oh, by the way, Prophet Mark Stewart has said, you know, listen, this person, time is up. So that's what they do. They warn, you're supposed, hey, repent, judgment, change up your folly ways. It's God's ways of communicating to you out of love that, listen, you kind of go off the rails. And if you don't do the right thing, I'll give you a spanking. One you might not live through. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Balaam answered and said unto the servant of Balak, if Balak would give me his house and silver and gold, I cannot go beyond the word
like
of the Lord
and share
my
up the
God,
life of people. Like and share up the life.
Now therefore I pray you, tarry also here this night, that I may know what the Lord will say unto me more. So, and I'm going to do a part 2 on this because of the revelation that the Lord is breaking into my spirit. And so, the pastors that defends the prime minister, they are the ones who are going on their demonic altars and trying to curse this man of God.
Mighty
Listen,
God.
all of what you all do. 9 years now, someone will say me falls. And God going to take me down. And what is going to happen to me? And you use scripture, touch not the Lord's anointed. Listen, who are the anointed? who are truly the anointed ones? Ask yourself the question.
God
only defend those that are walking in his precepts, in his commandments, and in his ordinances. The Bible said, if your ways please the Lord, even your enemies will be at peace with you. Of the curse that they try to pronounce.
So that was part 1. We're going into part 2 now.
And verse 20 of Numbers 22 declares, and God came unto Balaam at night and said unto him, if the men come to call thee, rise up, go with them. But yet the word which I shall say unto thee, that thou shalt do. And Balaam rose up in the morning and saddled his ass and went with the princes of Moab. And God's anger was kindled because he went, and the angel of the Lord stood in the way for an adversary against him. Now he was riding upon his ass, and 2 servants were with him. God's anger was kindled against Balaam because Balaam was paid a certain amount of money. You know what the Lord reveals to me? All of you that are in defense of Andrew Willis, all of you pastors, ministries and churches, it is because of your belly. You were sold out, you took the money. He gave you money, he gave you favors. All of you took, when you were giving money to the in bank accounts, many of you Christians took the money. And as I said, we've got to be very careful who we take money from, who we take favor from. Because if you take favor, you've got to be liable to them. You've got to support them, to stand with them. So if they give you a favor, even when they're doing wrong, you can't say that they're wrong, because they're feeding you, they're putting money on your table, they're investing in your fiscal space, your financial space, they're pouring in a lot of money. And this is where it went wrong in Jamaica. What this government have done, they have used money, they have used food, they have used fertilizer, they have used tanks, for their favor, to sustain their path and for them to stay into power. And if we're not connected with God, just like Balaam and Balak, because Balaam was paid money, he was given money by Balak to go down and curse. Who God bless, no man curse. And the Lord told me to send every very one of you a warning. Very one of you a warning. And that pastor who tried to curse me in the demonic realm, in the spirit realm, listen, God says he's going to take you down. God's anger, warning. And that pastor who tried to curse me in the demonic realm, in the spirit realm, listen, God says he's going to take you down. God's anger is kindled against you. And this is the word of the Lord. The Lord said, Peter, do this video. Whether they want to believe or not, whether they want to say that you're false, because listen, I will defend you. And some of you looking to see me dead. Some of you looking for my vocal, for my voice to go. Listen, you can't touch the anointed. Touch not the Lord's anointed, and do his prophet no harm. Many of you say you're looking for me. I heard that the labor rights are looking for me. A Brownstone, believe, and you come find me. I send 50 soldiers and police for me. Right at Addison Park. I pass the labor right them every day. And some of them, when I pass them, them face look like stiff like dumpling, like they want to run up in me. But they can't. The Bible said, if your ways please the Lord, even your enemies will be at peace. Some of them want to curse, but they cannot, because God did not give them the legal rights. And many of you are going to die. Many of you are going to experience, because you think that it is Peter Chambers who is speaking against your evil. But you're fighting against the God that I serve.
Talk about it. Talk about it. Talk about it. Yeah.
The scripture declares that if you touch the Lord's anointed, there is a judgment coming to you that we have never seen. And for 9 years, many of you have been mocking and bragging, I am false, and I'm still speaking. And that proves that none of you have never called me or hired me, so you can't fire me.
Mighty God.
You notice all the curse words that you have sent, all the demons that you have sent, all the large spirits, the astral projection that some of you have done, all the disease that you have sent to me, the mad spirits that you sent until today. None of you can lay hands upon me. I want the nation to understand the depth of what I'm talking about. Because there is going to be a manifestation for those people in their territory who try to curse me behind the scene. You can't curse somebody that is being blessed. And I'm not talking about someone who get up and say, I am blessed. But they're mingled with witchcraft and obeah. And they're in iniquity and they're burning. That's not blessing. Because you drive a Mercedes Benz or a BMW or a Porsche and you feel that is not blessing.
Right.
The blessings of the Lord make it rich, but it added no sorrow with it.
Right.
God has given me health and strength. They have tried on several occasions to attack my physical body. But listen, one of the things that you all don't understand, you can't touch me physically and you can't touch me spiritually. And that is why Job, anybody remember Job? The devil had to ask legal rights from God to touch Job. The Bible says that the Lord said touch everything around him, but you can't touch the man. You cannot touch Job's body. Naked I came, naked shall we return thither.
Freezing again? I don't know what's
And God's
going on,
anger
man.
was kindled because he went and the angel of the Lord stood in the way for an adversary against him. Now he was riding upon his ass, and his 2 servants were with him. And the ass saw the angel of the Lord standing in the way, and his swords drawn in his hand. And the ass turned aside out of the way and went into the field.
I should not be freezing
and Balaam
now,
smote the ass to turn her into the way.
I
And the
realized
angel of the
that-
Lord stood in the path of the vineyard.
I realized that my phone was on service mode. It wasn't on the Wi-Fi. That's why people are dropping. I'm looking at them, saying people coming and just dropping off like that. And then over by my other platform, the people are like building up and the people are staying. I just would love you guys to hit the like button more, you know. That's all, you know. And for those who want to donate, the donation information is always there. It's pinned, you know.
Do you remember Job? The devil had to ask legal rights
Yes. Yes.
from God to touch Job.
Yes.
The Bible says that the Lord said touch everything around him, but you can't touch the man.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
You cannot touch Job's
Yes.
body.
Yes.
Naked I came, naked
I shall return.
shall we return thither.
Yes. Job's story tell you everything you need to know about how God deal with his servants. Like literally, the devil was like, yo, the devil was like, so let him go now. Remove the, I don't remember the terminology, the biblical terminology, but remove that, the force that you have around him that is blocking me from touching him. So if God doesn't want the devil to, or any enemy to touch you, then can't touch you. So that means if like Job, God decides say, and you know, I used to have a mixed feeling about that. I used to have a mixed feeling about the story of Job, you know, but I get it. I now have wisdom and understanding. I get it. The devil was like, yo, I bet say if you remove the shield from around him, I'm gonna curse you. And God was so confident in Job, love and obedience and fear of him. God say, yo, go on there now. Me don't know say this a man and a butch brother. Down to Job's wife say, yo, curse God and die or something like that. And the man say, woman, you're mad. Come here, you know who God is? You don't understand who God is. You alright. This is nothing. I'm not trying to piss off God, alright? I'll take this test. I'm passing this test. So Job was dope, man. Job was dope. Job was dope.
And God's anger was kindled because he went and the angel of the Lord stood in the way for an adversary against him. Now he was riding upon his ass, and his 2 servants were with him. And the ass saw the angel of the Lord standing in the way, and his swords drawn in his hand. And the ass turned aside out of the way and went into the field. And Balaam smote the ass to turn her into the way. And the angel of the Lord stood in the path of the vineyard, a wall being on this side and the wall on the other side. And when the ass saw the angel of the Lord, she thrust herself onto the walls and crushed Balaam's foot against the wall, and he smote her again. And the angel of the Lord went further and stood in a narrow place where was no way to turn, either to the right hand or to the left. So regardless of Balaam's pursuit, because remember Balak gave him money, regardless of that, the Lord was still protecting Balaam. Balaam was a prophet, but he was paid. We have to be very careful in our brethren. Because a lot of us say that we're prophets and we're prophetesses and we're apostles, but we were not called by God. Paul the apostle preached it. Paul the apostle, was called legitimately by the heavens. And his life were at stake. They pursued on several occasions to kill him, to eliminate him, to assassinate him. But because Paul was protected, covered, surrounded by God, with a cloud by day and the fire by night, it was the Sanhedrin court. What is the Sanhedrin court? The Sanhedrin court is the religious territory in those days who connived, set up against Paul to eliminate him, to kill him.
Wow.
So the Lord is showing me the Sanhedrin court that is connected to this government. They want my head. They want to eliminate me. Can't this man die? Him can't drop down and dead. Can't he burn in the car?
Wow. Wow.
And that is the conception and desire of you evil ones. Because you don't want to hear the truth. The Bible said you shall hear the truth, and the truth shall set you free.
Yeah.
You cannot be a friend of God and you become a friend of the world, and you're backing evil. You're backing a government that is evil, a leader that is evil. Yet you're saying that you're a child of God. The Bible said that you cannot pour new wine into dirty bottle. It's either you're in or you're out. You can't have 1 foot out and 1 foot in. The Bible declares that you cannot have two God and mammon. You're going to neglect one, you will neglect one, and you will reject one and accept the other.
Right.
So Balak's ploy was to curse the children of God. But because God's blessing was already pronounced upon the children of Israel, the curse could not be accomplished. So it doesn't matter what Obeah man, witches, warlocks, sorcerers, palm readers, occultic priests, voodoo priests that you want to consult to take down this man of God. I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, the God that you and I serve will eliminate every one of you. He will take every one of you down, regardless of who you are and what status you carry.
Whew. Well, I don't know about y'all, man, but this is, yeah. It's getting real, ladies and gentlemen. It's getting to that time. Spiritual wickedness in high places. People don't really understand, you know, who we are going up against. The entities that we're going up against here in Jamaica. The entities that is aligned with the current government. I don't think people really understand. This is not just an election, you know. This is we're at a crossroad in Jamaica. And there's many roads to hell. And then there's one road to liberation. Literally. Many roads to hell. And one road to liberation. What this government, well, the outgoing government have done, they have opened many roads to hell. You understand? And it's not something that we can get into on YouTube. It's like we have to sit down and all our reasoning. You know them way there? How would this a call me? Can't take no call. But you heard that was a pretty cogent, clear message from the Apostle Peter Chambers. It was, you notice his tone. I tell people, you know, you have to read body language and read tone. There was a very seriousness about how he delivered this message. You notice how much scripture I'm reading?
Bad because I'm favored by God. Like when I see people's wives and stuff,
Emmanuel Burgess subscribe to the channel.
I don't want to look at nothing I don't want to have.
Shout out to the new subs. Shout out to the new subs. Thank you for subbing up to the platform. Do remember to click the bell and select all so you can get all notifications. If you do not get notifications, I have a WhatsApp channel and I also have a WhatsApp group. All right. And so you can hit me up on WhatsApp at 1-876-451-6535. That's 1-876-451-6535. Let's get to this. I want to look at this particular interview with Mr. Newell. Mr. Newell was on Andre's Arise Jamaica this morning, and I was very impressed, I have to say. I was very impressed. I did not know the backstory of Mr. Noel.
Yes, but no worry, man. You're gonna catch the rhythm for the election. Come on, Newell.
Big up Andre. Continue to do excellent work. I enjoyed this. This is just the second one, but this one was more impressive than the first. So, not that the first one was not good enough, but it gets better. And for our program, Jasmine Clark, what you mean? Which part of that? Okay. Pause that. No, Jamaica. Let me ask you something. Jasmine, how comes you don't have any subscribers? Huh? What are you talking about? Just click and you see how much subscribers I have. I don't understand the question. I have 4 channels. I have subscribers on all of them. All of them are monetized. I don't get it. Anyway, how do you show people your achievements when you're the government? Aren't the people going to see your achievements? Isn't the people going to see your achievements? If you have made the hospitals improve, people are going to say, man, you know, say one time when we used to go to hospital, boy, you know, them never used to have the nice soft chair, but when you go there, the chair them comfortable, the AC at work, the people them deal with you good, the doctor them nice, them quick. Oh, Jasmine. Oh, okay, I got you. Jasmine is asking, the way how I work hard, I should have millions of subs. Well, Jasmine, I don't know how to take that. Thank you. I appreciate the vote of confidence. But you see, what I've learned is, you see when you're building the World Trade Center, you have to dig a bigger foundation. So to have millions of subs on your channel, yeah, I forgot to do some different type of work because everybody works hard, innit? Everybody works hard. I'm not the only one working hard. You get me? So, God on time, if it's God's will for this channel to be blessed in that manner where I have millions of subscribers, hey, sky's the limit, baby, or there is no limit. Who knows? But I'm not really focused on that. I give thanks for where I'm at and I continue to do the work. And, people, I will find my audience or my audience will find me. People that appreciate what I do. Do you see what Wayne put up about the jugs get expunged from crab? No, I didn't see that. I was busy today,
Can you tell the people today who you are and what you do?
All right, so I am a resident of Central St. Mary, lifelong, born at the Port Maria Hospital in the constituency.
Yes.
My grandmother likes to remind me, or when she was alive, she liked to remind me that she carried me in her hands, and she always did the motion up Sport Road to Clark Lane. Had all of my early education between Islington and Highgate, basic school, primary school, high school. I had an opportunity to work at the National Housing Trust through HEART, which transformed my life.
Yeah.
I have degrees in business, a bachelor's in business. I graduated on top of my class. So I left from a one-bedroom house in Highgate, 5 of us on one bed. I went to study at Monroe University in New York, where I left with a 4.0. And I matriculated to Northwestern University School of Law, where I did my Juris Doctor. Passed the New York bar, went back to Monroe University, developed an honors program in business law. Did some work there for a bit. In between that, started a tax preparation firm in New York with my dad, which is still operational.
Yeah.
And I was recruited really by Portia Simpson Miller and Julian Robinson. Julian, after we lost the 2007 election. Of course, I grew up in a PNP household, but I wasn't an activist. But I became a member of the Jamaica National Movement during that period. Also, I was a low-level staffer on the Obama campaign in 2007 going to 2008.
Wow.
Bro, are you guys impressed already? Damn. This man, I did not know that Omar Newell was this educated. I didn't even know he was this successful. I didn't even know where he came from in terms of his background. He is a success story out of Jamaica. And what did it? Education. And this is the representative for parts of St. Mary. Uno lucky, you know? One of the people who were born and grew at St. Mary. That has his mind, business, law. Only him and his father have them one firm in New York. The man passed the bar. Yo. Nah, I gotta play that back. I don't think y'all hear me though. I gotta play that back. And I'm gonna slow it down too. Lord of mercy. Mr. Omar Newell, sir. You have gained a ton of respect from me from this one interview. Damn.
Resident of Central St. Mary, lifelong.
Yes.
Born at the Port Maria Hospital in the constituency.
Yes.
My grandmother likes to remind me, or when she was alive, she liked to remind me that she carried me in her hands. And she always did the motion up Sport Road to Clark Lane.
God on time.
Had all of my early education between Islington and Highgate, basic school, primary school, high school. I had an opportunity to work at the National Housing Trust through HEART, which transformed my life.
Yeah.
I have degrees in business, a bachelor's in business. I graduated on top of my class. So I left from a one-bedroom house in Highgate, 5 of us on one bed. I went to study at Monroe University in New York, where I left with a 4.0. And I matriculated to
You hear that? 4.0 grade average. Hey.
Northwestern University School of Law, where I did my Juris Doctor. Passed the New York bar, went back to Monroe University, developed an honors program in business law. Did some worked there for a bit. In between that, started a tax preparation firm in New York with my dad, which is still operational.
Yeah.
And I was recruited really by Portia Simpson Miller and Julian Robinson.
Bro, this man is a business mind. Omar Newell in St. Mary. St. Mary. Oh my God. You guys got the dream team in St. Mary. Yo, you guys are so lucky. No wonder the whole of St. Mary gone orange. Yo, I'm telling you. Listen, man. I am super impressed. Super impressed.
And after we lost the 2007 election, of course, I grew up in a PNP household, but I wasn't an activist.
Right.
But I became a member of the Jamaica National Movement during that period. Also, I was a low-level staffer on the Obama campaign in 2007 going to 2008.
Wow.
Low-level staffer on Obama's campaign. No, I'm not a fan of Obama, but listen. That in your resume, I'm just saying, that in your political resume as a Jamaican, experience. This man is no joke.
But I started doing social media work for Portia Simpson Miller when she was opposition leader. Facebook was relatively new to most. It wasn't something that politicians were using as much as now.
Yes.
And, you know, we built a relationship out of that. I moved back home fully in 2012, well, partially in 2011 as a part of the campaign, but full-time in 2012.
Skills.
I've worked in youth development. I've done some policy work where the party is concerned. I chaired the policy commission for a period after Stanley Redwood migrated to Canada. And I'm a former president of the PNP Patriots. I've served that organization in different roles. In fact, as general secretary, I brought to conference the resolution that made the Patriots an affiliate of the People's National Party, because prior to 2019, it was a party group.
Yes.
And, you know, I led the efforts to build out the entire structure in terms of parish chapters, etc. And now we're proud to have a number of our members running for office in this election cycle. I was also employed to the National Youth Service, Director of Community Services there. While there, I developed a number of programs, many of which are currently still being used by the current administration, albeit some under different names.
No, brother. Is it just me? Am I tripping? Do you guys understand how deeply impressive this man's political resume is? Policy building, making the PNP YO an intrinsical part of the party itself. Now there's several members benefiting from that, running for office in this election, and them saying you now follow PNP. Like, bro, this man was actively involved in development and structure in many different areas of government behind the scenes. St. Mary, make sure so on the vote early. Just make St. Mary count and second, because we don't have no reason to not vote for these three men. And them work as a team for St. Mary. I want to go hear more the plans and when have for St. Mary. What's up, Celine? No, man, St. Mary lucky, man.
Proud to have a number of our members running for office in this election cycle. I was also employed to the National Youth Service, Director of Community Services there. While there, I developed a number of programs, many of which are currently still being used by the current administration, albeit some under different names. So we started a program, for example, that placed young people in places of employment.
Yes.
And, you know, they closed down NY, so they now call that the HOPE program. We started the Access to Higher Education program, which sent up significant number of students to college free of cost. In fact, there's a story a young man always reminds me of. I met him in Port Marion, the cemetery, in about 2014 or 15. Had a whole heap of subject, couldn't afford even the application fee for college.
Yes.
And now he's a teacher. You know, unfortunately, he's one of them who had to go overseas to seek better opportunity because of how little value we place on teachers in Jamaica.
Wow.
But that is I'm a husband. My wife is a public servant. She's a medical doctor. I'm a consultant in her field. I am a father of one. My son, my 10-year-old, comes on the campaign with me when he's on holiday and likes to tell people that he's the candidate.
Wow.
And, you know, a very good dynamic in terms of family.
Yo, listen, man. You know, in the standard of leadership, to be quite honest with you, I'm going to be very, very, very real with you. Globally, this is a global standard of leadership, and you can ask any nation of people. One of the things that people look at, if you can commit to your wife and your family, you can make a commitment to a nation. That was something that they looked at to judge you. I'm not going to get into anybody's business and them commitment. I'm just saying. All right? I'm just saying. It is a very important... This is why Mark Golding is so appealing to sensible people. He has been committed to his wife. He has a beautiful family. He has shown that he can be committed to a cause and see it through for a very, very long time. Why you think leaders that are from the colorful community come into government with an arranged marriage? At them, you know what I talk about, at them entertainment. Why you think a lot of leaders, one recently revealed that him was from the colorful community all the time, I will not call his name. One must know. From one of them big country there, yes. But sure, and what's up? They usually have arranged marriages because it is the gold standard of leadership. All around the world, the gold standard of leadership is that you're supposed to marry, you're supposed to have kids, and a dog or something. But you're supposed to commit it to your family. That is the most important thing. So usually voters don't trust people that are not married. Oh, businessmen also. In the world of business, smart businessmen don't do business with men that run around and have multiple partners. Because if you cheat on your spouse, that means you will cheat your business. Yeah, man, get your rest, man. Go on do the work, man. The reward shall be great. Right? It's just the truth. I'm
a businessman. I operate a company. We are the largest in our field in terms of what we distribute. And I'm on a leave of absence now.
Okay.
You hear that? He has a company, but he's on a leave of absence. Why do you think he's on a leave of absence? Because Mark Golding has set the standard of how his party is going to be run. Nobody will be actively running business while being a minister of government under Mark Golding. None of them. I don't think y'all heard what I said. None of the members of parliament, none of the representatives of the People's National Party, mark my words, are going to be actively in any business, like investing money in SSL, like investing money in Olint, while being a minister. It's not going to happen. You heard what I said? It is not going to happen. Because serving the people is a 24-hour job. So the leave of absence is because he has to deal with the people's business. So the business are gonna run itself, you know. I'm sure he has competent people there running it. But he's not going to be actively involved in it because he has to be actively involved in making the lives of the people in St. Mary, in his constituency, better. That is what they call commitment. Not some politician where pay people to vote for them and then them don't do nothing in the community for 5 years. And then when election time near, you see them come out the road, you see them come out do all type of thing. For butter you up for vote for them again for the next 5 years so they can sling and don't do nothing and collect your money. And them get 200 to 300% more of the money now. So when them use your money and buy your vote, you are selling your soul, ladies and gentlemen. You're selling your children's soul. Don't take no money from them. I don't want to even take the money from them because it's spiritual wickedness. Don't take no money from them. They might deal with witchcraft. Don't take the money from them. There's so much kangle them a bun. Don't take the money from them. Shun the evil.
So Central St. Mary, what are your core plans for Central St. Mary?
What's up, Dana Whitaker?
I put them in 3 areas.
So Central St. Mary is his constituency. So you're going to hear now the plans that he has for them. For Central St. Mary.
So education, job creation, and infrastructure development.
Yes.
And let's start with education. We have a number of areas that do not have infant schools in Central St. Mary. And the basic schools are plagued with all kinds of challenges. So in Robbins Bay, for example, we have a basic school that every few months you have to go in and rescue it in terms of water bill being past due and electricity being past due because the community cannot carry the full burden of paying for a basic school.
Yes.
But it's next door to a primary school. Mm-hmm. And one of the things I'm going to fight to do is to merge the Robbins Bay Basic School with the primary school and make it an infant department of the school. Because I believe government has a responsibility to carry the education burden from basic school, from infant school to the end of secondary school, at least.
At least.
Mm-hmm.
In Highgate, a number of the basic school teachers have reached out indicating that the government subsidy, even with government doing an increase of 300% on the salaries of politicians, a basic school quote-unquote teacher is still being paid a subsidy of $18,000 per month. Is still being paid a subsidy of $18,000 per month of politicians. A basic school quote-unquote teacher is still being paid a subsidy of $18,000 per month. Politicians. A basic school quote-unquote teacher is still being paid a subsidy of $18,000 per month.
Some basic school teachers are getting paid $18,000 a month. Yo, I'll tell you something. If the Jamaican people don't give this government a serious signal in a then what can go so Martha, seriously, Martha, what can you do with that? Sharon says true, up to 30,000 30,000 can't do nothing a month. What you do with 30,000? A teacher? Oh my God. Yo, do you know how much is my rent? Yo, me not talk my business. Do you know how much is my rent? What may I do with $18,000 a month? Or 30,000? Oh, Jesus have mercy upon my soul. And all I teach them, we are go through it. No, man, no. When I heard this today, I was speechless. I was like, no, Mr. Newell, no, sir. Me don't want to call you one liar, but right now, me find that hard to believe. I was at that point where I was like, yo, please tell me say you exaggerate. Please tell me say you exaggerate. It cannot be a month, it must be a week. And if it's even a week, that's still too little bit for teacher. Minimum wage is what? I'm still holding out that this was an error. But Sharon just said true a while ago. So it's like me can't, no. This cannot be happening. I know, yeah, man.
You can't be serious about building a country when you're sending your children to a school where the teacher is earning $18,000 per month.
God.
The man just said it again. $18,000 per month. He repeated it. And the man is an intelligent person, so I know he's not making a mistake twice like this. $18,000 a month? Teacher, basic school? Come on, bro.
It's below minimum wage, and it is something being done by the government of this country.
The man actually says he's explaining that it's below minimum wage. He understands the gravity of it, so he knows what he's saying. $18,000 a month? What? Brother, yeah. And you know what's funny? There are some people that's not making that, you know. Remember, you know, employment is classified as working minimum 1 hour a week, you know. You know that, right? You is it 1 hour a week or 1 hour a day? Let me go. How is employment described? Employment is broadly described as a relationship where one party employer, blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah. That was the wrong question. What is the standard time per week you have to work to be considered employed? Employment standard in Jamaica is how much hours a week? Oh my God, it's not telling me the right stuff. But if you guys remember, no, I never knew. No, man. The employment standard is 1 hour a week or 1 hour a day. If you're working 1 hour a week, hold on. Is it true that if you're working 1 hour a week in Jamaica, you're considered employed? Huh? No, I'm supposed to do on this. Them say yes, it is true. In Jamaica, an individual considered employed if they engage in any economic activity for at least 1 hour during a survey week. I am done. This is Statistical Institute of Jamaica. 1 hour a week, ladies and gentlemen, is considered employment in Jamaica. I knew it was 1 hour a week. So when I hear them say, oh, you know, we have the lowest unemployment rate. Duh! If the standard is 1 hour a week, obviously have the lowest. You cannot compare that to previous years because you are calculating you're calculating employment differently. So you can't compare it to when Portia or PJ was a prime minister. You can't compare it. Their standard for employment was different, so it was measured differently. It wasn't 1 hour a week. What job can you work for an hour a week that is going to sustain your life for a week? Money to go to work, food, if you have children, what job? Forget children, what job is going to pay you for your hour that is going to be helping you to live your life for the week, where you're going to actually find food, water in your belly, and actually have somewhere to stay that you'll have to pay for? No, Elaine, no, it's not anything is possible. It's right there. I learned this months ago. This is how I knew it was a trick when they were talking about it's the lowest unemployment rate ever. The employment rate standards has dropped significantly in terms of what they consider is. Do you know, and I've heard Damian Crawford say this, but I don't know if people are listening, and other ministers of government, well, other members of the People's National Party, right? Do you know that if you're not seeking employment in Jamaica, you're not considered unemployed? You have to be actively seeking employment for them to say that. It doesn't matter if you have a job or not. You know, if you're not seeking employment, you are not considered unemployed. Did you guys know that? So couple that with if you work 1 hour a week, you are considered employed. So when you hear them achievement, but oh, we have the lowest unemployment rate. It's trash. It's trash. It is a garbage statistic. It doesn't hold weight anywhere. Just please understand this. It's not hatred, it's facts. You get me? Good. Let's continue.
Work. Maybe you can do some research on it.
Blew my mind.
An argument some time ago, but now you are cementing the argument about what the teachers are getting at the basic schools.
Yes.
We have to change that. We have to change that in the next PNP government.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
We're also going to convert Horace Clark High School into a center of excellence for technical vocation.
People now hear me again? My check. Let me see. I have only megabytes on my phone, you know, so I see me can burn out some of them. And I lost a lot of my megabytes because I did yeah, me see the numbers them I go back over here, so then I find back the live. I freeze. Wanna hear me? You guys are hearing me? If you can't hear me, put a one in the chat. Sorry about that. When I did the Wi-Fi drop. You come up back? The Wi-Fi come up back? And that's why TV I work. Oh, and that's why the TV went up for a while ago. Okay, I see what's okay. I should have known. Alright, so we're back with the Wi-Fi. Yeah, are we back, guys? Just let me know. Put a 1 in the chat if we're back. Somebody put a 1 in the chat. Someone put a 1 in the chat. Someone put a 1 in the chat. Sassy. Who else is here? Berna. Joy Evans. Dior. Put a 1 in the chat for me if you guys can hear me. Yo, the devil that you see, you know? What a time for that up. Man. People not hear me? Can you guys hear me? Are we back? Are we back? Are we back? Anybody? Yo, I don't know why me have the shyest me have the shyest chat in the world to blows on skirt. Literally. Yo, y'all watch me, man, but y'all don't talk. Y'all don't text. Y'all be multitasking. Damn. Boy, I tell you, boy. Woo. Yeah, are we back, guys? Just let me know. Put that 1 in the chat if we're back. It look like we're back over there, so. Let me see if we're back over here, so. Let me see if we're back. Glenville say 1. Big up Glenville. Big up yourself, Glenville.
Do you under...
Big up Glenville. Big up Glenville. Come on back. I'm going to try refresh and then I refresh. Yeah, man, we're supposed to good now. On both sides. Marlon, what me do? Marlon, I laugh off of me thirty. What me do, Marlon? What me do now? Shana, what is we watch? Huh? So you really watch this? You. Is that serious? I forgot first I watch it. Oh. What the? Hold up. Yo. People. Yo, what I am witnessing is like, it's insane. Is she giving him head under the table? Oh man, he's all man. Oh, he's oh, it's a movie though. Silky touch. Me not say next part. What you deal with? We say blessed election season, boy. Me I tell you. Let me go back to Mr. Newell. The devil is a liar. Big up Mr. Newell.
Plumbing, electrical. Mr. Newell, are you there? We're not hearing you. You're muted. Not hearing him. What a breath of fresh air, Jamaica. You there now, Omar? He's frozen. What a breath of fresh air. Unmute, Omar, unmute. You're hearing me, but you're not hearing him. Breath of fresh air, Jamaica.
Definitely a breath of fresh air. No.
What a breath of... What a breath of fresh air. He'll be coming back, man.
Lay Grace, what's up?
I'm on airplane mode, but those who can't get me by mobile are now calling by WhatsApp. And I'm stretching a little palette.
Yo, in this world, like of technology, where we're dependent, especially if you have the business, it's pretty expensive. I ain't even gonna cap. Like, you gotta have at least 3 good phones. You got to have at least 3 good phones.
So my apologies. Okay, so what we want at Horace Clarke High School, which is a school that currently, if you look at the grade 7 intake, has a significant number of students who are reading at the pre-primary level. We want to add value to the lives of these students, and that when they leave, should they choose to go into the world of work, that they have the necessary certification to begin earning for their families. But these certifications will also help to matriculate to further studies if they so choose.
Let's look a bit.
Islington is a cultural hotbed. A Yasso Capeton come from. A Yasso Panet come from. A whole heap Munga come from here. A whole heap of entertainers. And we're building a recording studio at the school as well. What happens, Andre, is when you go on the North Coast, a lot of hotels are importing reggae music. And the reason for that is, when I was a little boy growing up, my parents used to force me to go to church. If I wanted to learn to play the drum, I would learn to play the drum in church. If I wanted to learn to play the keyboard or the guitar, I would learn to play these in church. My generation are not as adamant in sending their children to church. So we're losing, it has an unintended consequence of affecting our live music talent pool of live musicians.
Yes.
You know, I never looked at it that way. I'm multitasking. I'm listening to him very attentively while looking at that screen. I never looked at it that way, you know, but he's absolutely right, you know. Most of the musicians are in the church. A lot of musicians begin in the church. You're exposed to the drums, the piano, the guitar. And because more people are not going to churches now, well, the pool of musicians and I would say skilled musicians, the ones that actually play instruments. Yo, the debate I got hot tonight, man. 9 p.m. I'll be
Bad because I'm favored by God. Like when I see people's wives and stuff, I don't even look at them.
Subscribe
You know
to the
what I mean?
channel.
Like I don't want to look at nothing I don't want to have.
Karen, how you do? You unsubscribe and resubscribe? I want to Karen. Karen 5. Karen, how I go on? I've got to wait 20 minutes before you can type, you know. Yeah, sorry about that. Let me go to... Yeah.
And so it's difficult to teach music in school because if you're playing a drum in a schoolyard, for example, while class is going on, you might end up disturbing other classes. So we're going to build a recording studio, which will be soundproof.
Yes.
And we'll have allowance for developing our live talent.
Godson Wagwan.
So that, again, we're focusing on, with that school, ensuring that people have the opportunity to go on to work when they leave. But if we twin it with Edna Manley College...
Bro, this man is... He's making moves that that brings strength to his constituents, because there's a lot of artists that come out of his constituency. Man, shout out to Central St. Mary. Whoever lives in Central St. Mary, you're good with Noel. Yeah, man. You're good
Then you'll
with
be able
Noel.
to go on and become a music teacher or, advance yourself professionally in that space.
My God.
The final thing in terms of education is there's a new development which I'll speak about in terms of job creation, but we're looking to get a tertiary campus.
Oh, and he also talked about partnering with a college.
On that.
That is good. May I tell you, somebody hit the donation link, the PayPal or the Cash App. Yeah, send some celebratory drinks, some early drinks from now. All right.
That's right.
Let's go. Turn me up.
I'm told University of Technology had an interest in St. Mary.
Yes.
I myself have reached out to the president of CASE, and I know that they also have an interest in St. Mary. So Central St. Mary, we're making the steps to ensure that we have a quality tertiary institution in the constituency to build the capacity of our people.
That sounds good.
So in terms of job creation,
yes,
there's an area that I spoke about in 2023 called Ballards Valley. A businessman went in and, put his money where my money was and purchased 290 acres of land in Ballards Valley. I've also met with other business people who own another 40 acres, and NHT has 600 acres.
So in 2023, Omar Newell mentioned this area in St. Mary, and a man bought 290 acres. NHT has 600 plus acres. Another businessman has 40 acres. I don't think you guys understand how impactful that is. I don't think you guys understand. That's pre-preparation for greatness. Somebody knows that something good is about to happen and something good is in store. So they decided, listen, hey, if I'm not in the position, I won't be able to make the moves. Mr. Omar Newell. I wish I had my bells and whistles. Yo, listen, man. Job creation? Central St. Mary? Yeah. Education? Oh, it's about to go down. It's about to go down.
In that same area.
It's about to go down.
Ballards Valley is one of the most central areas in Central St. Mary.
Yes.
What we want to do with Ballards Valley, the National Housing Trust Housing Demand Survey says there's an unmet demand of about 1,000 housing units in the constituency between Highgate, Islington, and Port Maria. So we're going to build some houses there.
Yes.
Under the next PNP administration, we have committed to building a minimum of 500 houses in our first 5 years in Central St. Mary.
Yeah.
And some of those will be in Ballards Valley. But we're also going to build...
I want you guys to notice what he said. They're going to build a minimum. That doesn't mean that it's 500 alone them are going to build. That's going to be the minimum target. They can always exceed it depending on what happens with the productivity, the market, the economy, and all of that. Minimum of 500 houses. A minimum of 50,000 houses. Minimum. Keyword. Context matters, ladies and gentlemen.
Warehousing space, because the good road that we build between Negril and Port Antonio makes this area very suitable for logistics. Yes. And I brought in the owner of DIB Hardware. You're in Portland a lot, so you know DIB Hardware. They have 6 locations, and they have committed to building a distribution center on 5 acres of land in the Ballards Valley area. In fact, he thinks it's a perfect area, and he has already started talking with suppliers in China about some of the...
Come on, me come off my Wi-Fi. I can't trust the Wi-Fi. I come off my Wi-Fi.
Things that he would need, and what he's going to do is hardware distribution from that location. I've also started talking with a number of other people who are in light manufacturing and distribution, because we want to see how we can create some 300 jobs in that area.
So you're creating an economic hub in Central Sydney.
You see what I'm going?
Absolutely. And so one of the things I do in the People's National Party, I'm one of the shadows for trade investment and global logistics.
Yes.
Factories Corporation falls under my portfolio. We're not going to build any white elephant like the urban center in St. Thomas. We're looking at integrated development that brings in Factories Corporation to do what they do, brings in the National Housing Trust to do what they do, brings in the Ministry of Education to do what they do, and bring in the different areas. So we have a proper integrated development.
Okay.
So that covers a part of job creation, but there is a huge brassiere factory, well, a building that is a former brassiere factory in Frontier, Port Maria. Mm-hmm. We're also going to take that over. We're going to have the Factories Corporation buy that building out. We're going to retrofit it, and we're going to use it for smaller type businesses. So that will become a almost an innovation hub. Call it an accelerator. So we bring in capital, we bring in small business people, and we put them there so that they can develop. And once you develop, you move out into a space that is bigger.
Yes.
In terms of, go ahead.
You spoke about education, you spoke about economic livelihood. What's your final tier today? Infrastructure.
And yesterday, the party officially announced something that I've been speaking about. So we have been spending a lot of our road budget on building new highways and bypasses. Now, that's not a bad thing.
Listen,
but the timing is bad. So when you do something at the wrong time, it becomes the wrong thing.
Listen.
No one can dispute the need for a bypass to Anata Bay at some point, and a bypass to Port Antonio at some point, and a bypass to Port Maria at some point. But when my people are driving from Albion Mountain to Port Maria, they have no highways to jump on. When you're leaving Islington going into Highgate, there's no highway for you to jump on. All you have is bad roads. And the reason you have bad roads is because the government has made a policy decision that they're not going to focus on fixing interior roads and roads.
Yes.
The opposition, my political party, announced yesterday a constituency road fund of $150 million per year. You know,
all those bad roads, all those small roads, all those constituency roads. Time come, Jamaica. Time come.
Yes.
The opposition, my political party, announced yesterday a constituency road fund of $150 million per year. You know what $150 million per year can do for the people in Central St. Mary, Andre?
Tell us.
Significantly. We can renovate Sport Road. We can fix the Esher Road. We can fix Tremolesworth Road within a 5-year period. We can make people driving from Friendship or from through Albany have carpet.
Yeah.
as a former minister said, driving on.
Shots fired. Former minister Anne-Marie Vaz
can do significantly.
Yo, where are my bells and whistles, man? Bruh. Nah, bruh. Yo, former minister, carpet. Look at carpet. You know, I'm gonna miss her. Nah, not really, no.
To transform the lives and save people a whole heap of money on tires, front end parts, and all the things that they currently have to suffer through and spend on because of the government of the day.
Wow. See,
so 150 million constituency roads yearly, a fund. Man, PMP, man, they know what the hell they doing, bro. They know what the hell they doing. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, but
and the final thing in terms of infrastructure is water, so roads and water. Dr. Morris Guy had put forward a proposal for a redevelopment of the Jordan Wells, which is 2 wells that sit on a property that Jamaica Producers has. As you know, we inherited an economy in shambles in 2012, and we had to work overnight to bring it to where it is today. The government of the day has done nothing to advance that. I mean, Matthew Samuda has said and has given a number of timelines in terms of when work on that will start. I'm going to go into Parliament to fight to get that project underway because it will take some of the pressure off the Christian system, and it will ensure that people in Islington, where I live, that we have water more than 1 or 2 days per week, and we can have a more consistent flow of water in our pipes.
Wow.
And it will ensure that the Palmetto system can focus on just serving Highgate. So Highgate will have better water supply as a spin-over. And it will ensure that the system that serves Portmore can focus on Portmore. So they will have a more consistent water supply. Because all the developments we spoke of in terms of job creation are dependent on us having consistent water. And that is something that I'm committed to fighting for.
Oh, shit. Shout out to my girl, Star Girl. What's up, baby? Salute to you, love. Listen, the PMP in a cut ribbon busy. Them start projects in a real life. They're really in a cut ribbon business. About a cut ribbon. But yeah, what he mentioned in terms of development, you're gonna need water. So if water is not accessible in these areas, that's gonna be a huge hindrance for development, infrastructural development. Patrick, what you say, bro?
Bad because I'm favored by God. Like when I see people's wives and stuff, I don't even
Millicent
look at them.
Asante
You know what I mean?
subscribe
Like,
to the channel.
I don't want to look at nothing I don't want to have.
Shout out to Millicent Asante. Thank you for subbing up. I don't know which one you did sub up to, Bolo VNR Clips or Bolo VNR 2.0, but hey, look in the description of the of my subscription, where you see the main page, like click on the head, pause, click on my picture symbol, and when you click more, you will see all of my other platforms and the links. Subscribe to all my pages. Sure, man, how you doing? Sure, man, it doesn't come, baby. Aww. I talked about Pastor Peter Chambers earlier. Yeah, you missed it. And you know, yes, Elliot, Sherman, you need to take my number and join the WhatsApp group if you haven't already. All of you need to. The number is 876-451-6535. Oh, by the way, if you're not interested in joining a group, I have a WhatsApp channel. So on the channel, I am the only one that will be posting stuff. So when I post stuff in the channel, you'll get a notification. Oh, Bowler just posted something on the channel. And nobody will have your number. Nobody will be able to call you privately and come talk about, you know, me like you and them stuff there and be weird. Yeah. So, you can link me on 876-451-6535. I really want to get my YouTube WhatsApp channel up. I want to get at least 5,000 people following me on my WhatsApp channel. At least 5,000. That is my aim between now and the next 2 weeks. And I'm gonna be promoting it very, very hard. Because I have more than enough subscribers to get it up to 5,000. Oi. I have more than enough subscribers to get it up to 5,000. You understand? So, like I said, my number is 876-451-6535. And all you have to do is WhatsApp me and tell me that you want to join the actual channel. And I will send you the link. Alright? Yeah. But back to this. Back to this. Remember, say at 9 o'clock at the thing here?
2012. And we had to work overnight to bring it to where it is today. The government of the day has done nothing to advance that. I mean, Matthew Samuda has said and has given a number of timelines in terms of when work on that will start. I'm going to go into Parliament to fight to get that project underway because it will take some of the pressure off the Christian system, and it will ensure that people in Islington, where I live, that we have water more than 1 or 2 days per week, and we can have a more consistent flow of water in our pipes.
Wow.
And it will ensure that the Palmetto system can focus on just serving Highgate. So Highgate will have better water supply as a spinover. And it will ensure that the system that serves Port Murray can focus on Port Murray. So they will have more consistent water supply. Because all the developments we spoke of in terms of job creation are dependent on us having consistent water. And that is something that I'm committed to fighting for.
So, Omar, if people want to reach you so that they can vote or to get a voter's guide or so forth.
All right, this is trivial. That last part, you guys can go and watch that. Now I understand why Mr. Guy, I think he's a Dr. Guy, for the PMP, did not run in this election. Central St. Mary is in very good hands. Central St. Mary is in very capable hands. A very educated man, a brilliant man, a man that understands business, has successful business, committed, a husband, a son, a wife. Yeah, I'm very impressed, I have to tell you. And this is a microcosm of the larger picture, because if these are the type of minds that is in the People's National Party, now I understand why the PMP attract these minds, because education is the center for everything that they do. May I tell you, hey Patrick, I know if how much it's not if how much At the only question that is not if. The writing is on the wall, my brother. The writing is on the wall. I am my heartful. I'm not telling no lie. Big up Andre. Big up the Arise Jamaica program. Right? Yeah. Big up Atafai Press. Atafai Press drop a piece of video to them. I love it. Somebody wanna tell me what Mr. Lonesome. Dr. Crab told convicted cocaine smugglers. What? JLP will expunge their records. What? Say, me can't do it. Me need to hear from a girl London 45. A long time I not check in on her video then. A long time I not check in on her video. Remember 9 o'clock later, people. 9 o'clock later. Zane, you remember good? How are you there? No, Kamala, right, Mango? Mighty God, hold on there. No, it get interesting. It get interesting, my people. It get interesting. Alright, right, that's up.
They're Jamaicans and come here there. When you come here, they quick and fast. My God. MP Andrew Holness bought Finsac House in 2002 as thousands of Jamaicans faced ruin from the financial crisis. Wow. So you mean to tell me all these labor rights running up and down every day, trying to condemn Mark Golding and drawing him into Finsac when Andrew Holness himself benefit from Finsac? My God. Then how comes every single financial crisis Andrew Holness benefit from? So from Finsac to Cash Plus to Olent to SSL, everywhere you see a financial crisis, Andrew Holness' name get called. But Zara Burton is the first person to expose all of the Prime Minister's financial dealings since 2016. She's the one who wrote this article. Remember when they tried to muzzle her, when they tried to silence her? Yeah. And it came to pass that Zara Burton was actually right on the money because according to the Craig Beresford affidavit, which was released into the public about a month ago.
No, me need a strong drink. Me need a strong drink. Me not think me, no, I heard whispers of this, but I was like, where's the evidence of that? Where's the, is the art, is, I was defending Andrew like, yo, somebody at the lie on Andrew, or I hear say this. It was so shocking to me, I was saying to myself, it could not be real. So you're telling me that Andrew Holness, the outgoing Prime Minister of Jamaica, got a Finsack house in 2002? Bought Finsack house in 2002? He benefited from Finsack? The same Finsack that he was saying that Mark Golding benefited from? Where he has no evidence of this? You're telling me that there's evidence that he benefited from it? Nah, this nigga is cold-blooded, bro. This man is cold-blooded. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. There is no way this is real. Yo, pass a piece of cloth there for me. There is no way that this is real. Me in a state of shock again because Right Manga said this, and Right Manga is not going to come out and say something that is not factual. Alright? Her credibility is on point. You telling me that this man got a house out of Finsack in a 2002 when everybody else wanna suffer? So now we have Finsack, we have Olin, we have SSL, all I Ponzi scheme them, everything. How him so lucky? How him so lucky? Man, I'm just gonna play the tape, bro. I'm just gonna play the tape. I'm done. I don't know what else to say to people that support the Jamaica Labour Party. I really don't. I really don't know what else to say. You guys are supporting a government that is marred in corruption, marred in scandal. And you know what else? This just brings me back to what Pastor Peter Chambers prophesied. There's going to be open disgrace after open disgrace leading all the way up to the election. You don't think so? You don't hear anything yet? Wait. Don't believe me? Just watch. The prophetic word of Pastor Peter Chambers, the apostle, is coming to pass in epic proportions. This is wild. Finsack house? Peter. No, this dude is, yo, him sick. Him dangerous. Him dangerous.
They're Jamaicans.
I'm going off camera. I'm sorry.
When you come here, they quick and fast and look how story come to bump.
Woo, Lord of mercy.
My God. MP Andrew Holness bought Finsack house in 2002 as thousands of Jamaicans face ruin from the financial crisis. Wow. So you mean to tell me all these labor rights running up and down every day, trying to condemn Mark Golding and drawing him into Finsack when Andrew Holness himself benefit from Finsack? My God. Then how comes every single financial crisis Andrew Holness benefit from? So from Finsack to Cash Plus to Olin to SSL, everywhere you see a financial crisis, Andrew Holness' name get called. But Zara Burton is the first person to expose all of the Prime Minister's financial dealings since 2016. She's the one who wrote this article. Remember when they tried to muzzle her, when they tried to silence her? Yeah. And it came to pass that Zara Burton was actually right on the money because according to the Craig Beresford affidavit, which was released into the public about a month ago. Basically, everything where Zara Burton did expose in 2016 was true.
Ladies and gentlemen, before the blind followers them come in the comment section and say Zara Burton just a try to tear down Andrew Holness, let me tell you something. Zara Burton has been critical of Mark Golding. She has been critical and she has questioned a lot of things about Mark Golding. And if you don't pay attention, you would not know that she has questioned these things. So, in my opinion, Zara Burton is an asset to holding government officials accountable and really opening the people's minds of Jamaica about what they would accept or not accept from politicians in terms of how they do business and those types of things. She has questioned a lot of things about Mark Golding. I don't know if you guys are aware. So, dispel the idea that she's trying to tear down Andrew Holness. No. I know that's what the simple-minded people are going to say. What excuses are you guys going to make for Andrew Holness being allegedly bought Finsack House in 2002? What excuse are you guys going to make? Honestly, I am interested to hear. But I'm not going to go off camera on that one, but I'm going to turn up my phone like so. Yeah, because, you know, yeah, like this, yeah. So you guys can look at the ceiling and listen.
So, of course, they're trying to muzzle Zara again.
Yes, like up the live, guys. Share up the live. Share up the live.
Now, imagine, a couple hours after Zara article dropped, the JLP already put out a news release. Prime Minister Dr. the Most Andrew Holness has taken note of a fictitious report published by 18 Degrees North and has instructed his attorney to pursue legal action. But didn't they do this too when she did make the report in 2016?
So, Andrew Asu Zara Burton. Interesting. Is he going to win? He's been losing. I'm sorry. I don't see it. That's why I use alleged. Allegedly. Fictitious. Bro, Zara Burton is not putting out something that is fictitious. I am sorry, she is not. Because the last time you sued her and she won, that in itself tells me that she knows what the hell she's doing. So, she has evidence, obviously, why she put out the information. Yes? Let's continue.
And even though
that's crazy,
they effectively muzzled her, didn't she win the case?
Exactly.
Because everything she said was true. Yeah, so here one. We're going to put in it right now. Because
Please.
at the end of the day, when Zara talk, Zara know about. Because she's one thing you can't take from Zara, you know, she's an excellent
investigative journalist. Facts.
Imagine now, these people have been blaming the payment for Finsack from Jesus was a boy.
Yep. Pretty much.
So desperate they were to cling on to Finsack to score cheap political points that they commissioned a Finsack report which has been ready since 2017. And now 8 years later, 2025, the report still can't be released. We have to wonder, is it because Andrew Holness' name get called in it? As well as several other prominent JLP members? But make we go down in a Zara article and hear what she have to say. On August 10, just before announcing the September 3 general election date, Prime Minister Andrew Holness derided the opposition People's National Party over the high interest policies of the 90s, which crippled the financial sector, caused thousands of entrepreneurs to lose their homes and businesses, and cost Jamaica 40% of its GDP. Addressing a galvanized crowd of Jamaica Labour Party supporters, Holness targeted opposition leader Mark Golding, whose former investment firm profited during the period, declaring no
bad because I'm favored by God. Like when I see people's wives and stuff, I don't even look at
subscribe
them.
to the channel.
I don't want to look at nothing I don't want to have.
Transferring wealth from you to their coffers. He contrasted this with his own record. I went through the Jamaican struggle and I never made any money on the backs of the Jamaican people. Really? Really, Mr. Holness? Really? However, an 18 Degrees North investigation raises questions about whether Mr. Holness himself may have benefited from the very fallout for which he condemns the PNP. In 2002, the then first-time opposition member of parliament and his wife Juliet, who would later also become an MP and Speaker of the House, purchased a property whose loan had been taken over by the government's Financial Sector Adjustment Company, FinSAC, and made it their home. FinSAC had been created under the PNP in the 1990s to inject billions of dollars into collapsing financial institutions and rid them of their bad loans. Back then, questionable business practices coupled with the government's policy of raising benchmark interest rates to combat high inflation had hurt financial institutions, with average commercial lending rates ballooning from 17% in the early 1980s to almost 50% a decade later. Business owners were struggling too. Among them were Brian and Beverly Morgan, who borrowed heavily to finance their family flower farm in St. Catherine, Blooming Things Limited. One of BTL's loans, taken out in 1997 for US $1.7 billion, which is Jamaica's $60.3 million, was backed by the farm and a townhouse at Great House Boulevard in St. Andrew that the Morgans had owned as an investment property. That sound familiar? Great House Boulevard? Amid high interest rates and other setbacks like Hurricane Gilbert in 1988, BTL struggled to keep up with its obligations. The bank was likely going to call the loan, Brian recalled. By this time, their lender, Horizon Merchant Bank, was in trouble too and had gotten taken over by FinSAC in 1998. BTL's US $1.7 billion loan got absorbed along with it. Morgan told 18 Degrees North that despite trying to argue that he could borrow money from his relatives to pay, FinSAC said no, they want the property. That's strange. They took people's properties and you weren't allowed to pay, he said. He says he and his wife were so anxious to get out of the hole they were in that after some protests, they just acquiesced. Together the Holnesses, enter the Holnesses. Though FinSAC subsidiary, Refin Trust, had held BTL's mortgage since 1999, the title for the Great House Boulevard house curiously doesn't reflect this until June 13, 2002. That's the same day. The title also records the sale of the property to Andrew and Juliet Holness, even though the transfer process had begun in 2001, with Delroy Chuck, then another first-time opposition MP, and no cabinet minister, witnessing the transaction on the behalf of the Holnesses as attorney. Morgan explained the delay was because he was still arguing with FinSAC, even though the Holnesses had already occupied the home before the transfer was complete. The title shows the Holnesses paid Jamaican $7 million, US $144,152, for the home, using two mortgages in their names, and with that, the Morgans' debts were discharged the same day. It's unclear how a $7 million sale, a Jamaican $7 million sale, could have satisfied the US $1.7 million, which is $82.6 million debt, plus a smaller Jamaica 252 loan the Morgans had taken out on the property in 1986. Morgan doesn't recall settling the balance and even remembers keeping the proceeds when the farm was sold years later in 2009 for Jamaica $20 million. However, the Development Bank of Jamaica, which said it eventually assumed the US $1.7 million debt from FinSAC, claimed that without recourse to any GOG funds, BTL repaid its total indebtedness in full, using its own cash resources and the sale of a property owned by its proprietors. Asked how much was actually paid by the Morgans, DBJ in July 2025 refused to say. Morgan didn't respond to a follow-up question regarding how his struggling company would have managed to pay off this balance by 2004, which is when the loan was discharged formally registered in 2008. But if the DBJ is correct that BTL paid the loan in full, that may mean the Morgans lost their house with no relief from the government. The repayment details are murky. Did the Holnesses get a deal? Property records show 7 other homes sold in the same complex between 1999 and 2002 for between $7 million and $9 million, with a median price of $7.5 million. This suggested the Holnesses got a discount of $500,000. There is going to be a part 2 to this. Stay tuned. They're Jamaicans. So according to analysts from both TVJ and CVL, Team PNP won the team debates hosted yesterday by the Jamaica Debates Commission. There have a few here and there who want to give the
No, let me go to the next thing because that the bombshell there. Part 2. Let me go to part 2.
They're Jamaicans. So this
part
is
2, ladies and gentlemen. Part 2.
Of my video on Zara article, which exposes the Prime Minister of Jamaica, Andrew Holness, as having possibly benefited from FinSac by buying one of the FinSac homes as far back as 2002. Now, remember, every day these laborites get up and go on their platforms and try to score cheap political points against the PNP about FinSac, not sharing the fact that so many of them have allegedly benefited from FinSac in that they have bought FinSac homes for next to nothing, including the Prime Minister, quite possibly, according to Zara Burton. So in part 1 of this video, we looked at where she said that the house that they occupied for quite a while, he and his wife Juliet Holness, on Great House Boulevard in Mona, was FinSac from a company called Blooming Things Limited, owned by Brian and Beverly Morgan. So we're gonna continue looking at the article where we left off. Did the Holnesses get a deal? Property records show 7 other homes sold in the same complex between 1999 and 2002 for between Jamaican $7 million and Jamaican $9 million, with a median price of $7.5 million. This suggests the Holnesses got a discount of Jamaican $500,000 or close to 7%, even as the unit they bought was $7 million at 3,741 square feet was bigger than 5 of the others, which were less than 3,000 square feet each. The 2 units that were roughly the same size were sold between 7.5 and 7.61 million in 1999. Morgan said he hadn't had a valuation done at the time, but the price was reasonable. He said the property wasn't in disrepair and was one of the better properties on that scheme. He said it had been rented and was an investment house for our future. He told 80 Degrees North that he had no prior relationship with the Holnesses and doesn't know how they came to know about the property. He said it was FinSac who said there is someone willing to buy, and FinSac accepted their offer. Neither of the Holnesses responded when asked how they came to know about the house. And when asked under the Access to Information Act if the property was publicly auctioned or advertised, the Ministry of Finance, which presides over FinSac, cited privacy exemptions. When asked by 18 Degrees North how the state disposing of what was essentially a state asset could be private, the ministry did not respond. Morgan said even after learning that it was MP Holness who was buying his house, he had no feeling about it. He said at the time interest rates were high and people weren't buying. So Holness was just a person who came and wanted to buy the house. the politics of it. But political observers see this differently because Holness was no ordinary citizen. They want to first know how he came to know about this house. Maziki Them, a senior lecturer in the Department of Government at the University of the West Indies, Mona, says, even as an opposition member of parliament, Holness may still have had access to privileged information. So if he came by the information through his role as MP, it suggests a breach of ethical standards as a politician. Columnist Peter Escute adds that Holness was a politician, a role that's supposed to act for the common good. When politicians work for their own good and the good of their friends, that's where the unethical behavior comes in, he said. Holness himself has played politics with the issue of politicians owning Finsact homes. As opposition leader in 2016, he criticized the PMP's handling of the crisis, which he said in a statement took away the property of many hard-working Jamaicans and decimated the entrepreneurial class. He challenged then PNP leader Dr. Peter Phillips to declare whether he had acquired any Finsact properties, to which Phillips had responded he hadn't. 18 Degrees North didn't find any such evidence. Holness went on. Those who lost their properties because of government policies have a right to know if their ministers of government benefited from their loss. What he failed to mention then was that he and his wife were living in a Finsact house purchased while he was an MP, which Fame called contradictory. The rise of the Holnesses as others fell.
Wow.
Holness's Jamaica Labour Party would go on to win the 2016 election.
Wow.
And he became Prime Minister, for the second time. His wife Juliet also became a Member of Parliament for the first time. Even though the Holnesses have since moved to a different home in Beverly Hills, they still own the Great House Boulevard house and have earned rental income from it. Its value also appears to have appreciated significantly. Similar homes in the scheme have listed in recent years between US $470,000, which is Jamaican 74 million, and US $490, 77 million Jamaican. While the Holnesses bought a house during the Finsact era, some 44,000 Jamaicans lost their homes and businesses. Some committed suicide. Billions of dollars spent by the government went to bail out financial institutions and to protect pensioners, policyholders, and depositors, with little relief for entrepreneurs, according to Small Business Association of Jamaica President Garnet Reid. In October 2024, the Holness administration released submissions to the 2009 Finsact Commission of Inquiry, but the final report remains unreleased, leaving victims without closure or compensation. Reid has urged the government to create Finsact Victims Fund, arguing that the politicians got favored while business people never got the same opportunities. Another Finsact deal linked to a politician. In 2010, the now defunct Sunday Herald reported that Anne-Marie Vaz, wife of then Information Minister Darryl Vaz, bought a Cherry Gardens home for Jamaica $45 million through a mortgage from the Jamaica Redevelopment Foundation, JRF, which had acquired some of Finsact's debt portfolio, but unlike Refin, was privately held. The article states the original owners had made several offers to JRF to settle the debt that were rejected, including one for $50 million and another for the full loan amount of $66 million, also using a mortgage. Darryl Vaz, who is today part of Holness's cabinet, defended the purchase, saying that the property was advertised and went to auction. Mrs. Vaz later sold it 2 years later for $51 million, a gross profit of almost $7 million. Now a member of parliament, she didn't respond to our request to comment. Leighton Miller, who used to work on Finsact debt disposition cases, lambasted politicians who gained from the distressed properties of Jamaicans. You're really taking up people's Finsact homes when you should be finding a way to help them save it. After Prime Minister Holness claimed he never had made any money off the backs of the Jamaican people, 18 Degrees North asked him and his wife Juliet whether that was really a true statement given their purchase of the Morgan's Finsact house. which is now worth more than 10 times what they paid, but they didn't respond. Upon learning of how this is FinSAC purchase, Reid doubled down on his demands. I'm calling upon the Prime Minister Andrew Holness to set up a FinSAC victims fund for those who suffered, he said. And that's the end of the article. It's your cat, no kill cat, and story come to bump. So all this time, Labourites have been using FinSAC to score cheap political points when they themselves have benefited from FinSAC loans. And it seemed like they did have some inside deal, because even when the people were trying to get back them homes, the deals, I mean, you had people who were offering to pay back the loans in full, and this was turned down only for these JLP politicians to pay part of the money and still acquire the property. That tell me says some inside shenanigans, some chickini was going on. So them don't bet, they keep, see, every time there is a financial meltdown, Labourites are at the back end of it. You just watch and see. That is all we have to say for now, Jamaicans. But I want to hear one single Labourite mention FinSAC again. Let me dig up and down. Right.
Yo, alright, that's something I left it to you know, people. Because I remember saying 9 o'clock, I go live again. Zane? So, this is interesting, this allegation against Andrew Holness and FinSAC House. It's very interesting. Zara Burke, big up yourself. People, I could see how that lawsuit they go. I'm out. Peace.